Imagine a world where everyone and everybody look the same. Can you imagine your crush looking like every other person on the planet? But more importantly, what would the rest of the world look like? What if all trees were apple trees? All fishes were mackerels? All birds were pigeons? All insects were bees? And all dogs were huskies? Lush forests reduced to deserts, ocean corals replaced by gray rocks. Everything would be the same color. Even the food you eat will be the same for every meal, every single day of your life. Earth as we know it, monotonous, barren, empty. One stroke of Mother Nature and all will be swept away. Perhaps variety is what keeps the earth in balance. That is what biodiversity is all about.
Biodiversity comes from the Greek word bios, meaning life, and the Latin word diversitas, meaning difference. Therefore, it refers to the variety of life on Earth. Variations can be seen at the ecosystem level, species level, and the genetic level, all of which contribute to an ecosystem's complexity and vitality. Places with very high levels of biodiversity are called hotspots. The Philippines is one such example. Some species in hotspots are endemic, meaning they can only be found in that region. An example of which is the Komodo dragon, endemic to Indonesia. Usually, when you remove a species from a biodiverse ecosystem such as the Amazon rainforest, the ecosystem will continue to thrive. But in some environments, one species defines the ecosystem. Other species depend on it for survival. And the removal or loss of that species will cause the entire system to fall apart. These called are keystone species. Biodiversity is not just to give the world more colors. It's also essential for the process that support life on Earth and the survival for all living things. We rely on the biodiversity to provide us with the air we breathe and the food we eat.
Here are some specific examples. Some plants rely on birds, bees, and other insects for pollination, and it is estimated that they are responsible for a third of the vegetable crop production on Earth. Different trees and bushes in forests, wetlands, and grasslands absorb carbon dioxide, a greenhouse gas, and help mitigate the global challenge of climate change in the process. They give out oxygen, which is necessary for our survival, and help soil absorb rainfall, preventing floods and landslides from taking place. Coral reefs and mangrove forests protect coastal zones from storms and big waves. The Bilantrova of medicine available to us is thanks to the different species of plants that produce unique chemical compounds. Different species of bacteria, fungi, and other microorganisms are present in our digestive system and are needed for us to break down food and manufacture vitamins. Even species that we considered as pests, such as cockroaches and other bugs, are vital to the food chain and help with the health of the soil.
Advantage and disadvantage of biodiversity. When there is enough biodiversity in one given environment, small disturbances or fluctuations in climate do not affect the ecosystem. The survival rates of a species remain high, food chains are maintained, and the greenhouse effect will be lessened. On the other hand, high biodiversity can also result in some problems. such as a lot of pressure for food and energy for the ecosystem. Additionally, organisms in the ecosystem become prone to predators as the numbers of individuals are very high. When you remove biodiversity, however, it could lead to catastrophic consequences which include loss of medicinal plants, food scarcity, increased severity of natural disaster, increase in greenhouse gases, the extinction of entire species including keystone species which would bring about the collapse of an ecosystem. Therefore, the advantage of high biodiversity greatly outweighs its negative.
Worldwide biodiversity is rapidly decreasing. According to a 2022 report by the Worldwide Fund of Nature, wildlife populations have declined by an average of 69% in the past 50 years. And while extinctions happen naturally as a result of natural selection and the evolution of new species, we cannot deny that human activity is making it worse, which is why species are going extinct or endangered far faster than they naturally would. Examples of human activity and events that led to biodiversity loss include pollution, such as the now extinct golden toad and other amphibians in South America being in decline because of toxins polluting their habitat. Exploitation, such is the case with sturgeons and African elephants being critically endangered because of the overharvesting of caviar and ivory, respectively. Introduction of invasive species. An example of this would be when pigs and monkeys were brought into the island of Mauritius, which ate dodo bird eggs and competed with them for food, leading to the extinction of the dodo bird in 1681. All in all, the current situation of our planet is not looking so well. We already know what we have to do, and yet, we fail to act upon our duty. What if that dark, bleak world turns into something we no longer have to imagine? Life, as we know it, will cease to exist. But the future doesn't have to be that miserable. It is time for us to be more mindful of our actions and the effects they can have on the world around us. And maybe it is our differences that allow us to survive in this ever-changing world. And we should embrace the things that make us and everything else different. To quote Maya Angelou, "In diversity there is beauty, and there is strength."